Good. Honestly, we should say Saturday night, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, want us had a fantastic Saturday. I'm your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go and talk about the weather for your Saturday night going into the rest of your weekend, into your Memorial Day and your future. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about it. We do have some stuff to talk about tonight. For example, we do have an unsettled weather pattern that's about to start on Sunday. Isolated severe storms on Sunday, on tomorrow as well. Talk about that. We'll also talk about some cool, cloudy, and damp conditions from Monday into Tuesday. And also some heavy rounds of convection as we go into late next week and drying in a cold front next weekend. So, overall, the weather here, it's not slowing down, it's still going, but we're going to talk about that today or tonight. First, if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you go and do so. Also, make sure you go and hit the share button as well. Share it with all of the people that you know, because we're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're at 470 right now. 470, 30 away. Yes, 30 away from our goal of 500. Big things are coming at 500, and I cannot wait until we get there. But we have to get those 30 people first. So let's go on now and talk with the recorded audience for the people who could unfortunately not make it here tonight. Good Saturday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, you had a fantastic Saturday. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Saturday night going into your future and your Memorial Day. You can see that there is not really much going on. We might have a little isolated shower, or maybe just like a couple of raindrops going on up there near Walhalla, and you can see that even on the main radar. It's showing like this little tiny shower near like Newry, South Carolina, just to the north and east of Seneca, South Carolina. But it's like literally just a couple of raindrops. It's nothing that anybody should even be bringing an umbrella or anything like that for. If we go and talk about the entire United States, we do have some rain going on down here from Georgia, Alabama, going into Mississippi as well, with some strong storms going on down there, as well as some severe weather going on over here near Odessa, Texas, as well as Midland, Texas as well. Also, we do have some storms going on inside of Oklahoma, even up here inside of Colorado. Some showers going on inside of Nebraska, Wyoming as well. And we even have some rain up here inside of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, going through Wisconsin and Michigan. Even going, I have to redo this. This was at 10:20. There you go. All right, so this is actually the updated one. Rainfall going through Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, as well as maybe even some isolated shower activity up there inside of New York, and then some thunderstorms going on up here, severe, inside of California. As we go into our cloud cover right now is showing some pretty heavy cloud cover up there inside of the upstate of South Carolina. Overall, that is, it's pretty light. It's nothing really too dense. Same thing over there near Myrtle Beach. You may have, some pretty light clouds over there. Even the low country as well may have some light clouds over there. And if you go into your cloud cover going into the future, as you push this all the way through tonight, you can see that cloud cover will continue to grow. And as you get into tomorrow morning, cloud cover still is continuing to grow, becoming a lot more widespread. And even as we go 24 hours out into the future, this is 24 hours right here, that cloud cover is still looking pretty widespread going into tomorrow night. And then as you go into, this is Monday, Memorial Day morning, still cloudy out there, even going into Memorial night as well. That cloud cover is still there. So it's going to be cloudy all weekend. Not really, you may see some sun, obviously, but overall, it's going to be mainly clouds. Current temperatures tonight, 75 in Columbia, 68 in Camden, as well as 70 inside of Florence, 73 in Myrtle Beach, 68 in Conway, as well as 70 in Georgetown, 71 in Somerville, and 70 in Moncks Corner, 70 inside of Hilton Head Island. We also do have around 66 in Spartanburg, 64 in Greenville, 71 in Hampton, down, and even down here inside of the very low country of South Carolina, 71 in Furman, and Ridgeland, and 77 down there near Hilton Head Island. Going to your low temperatures for tonight, 60 in Greenville, 60 in Spartanburg, as well as 60 in Rock Hill, 62 in Winsboro, 64 in Columbia, as well as 62 in Camden. We also do have 65 in Georgetown, 67 in Myrtle Beach, 64 in Moncks Corner, as well as 72 in Charleston. We also do have 65 in Walterboro, 72 in Hilton Head Island, and even 64 over there inside of Barnwell. Going into your rainfall for tonight, you can see the huge amount of rainfall we could potentially receive as we go into from tonight into tomorrow night. You can see around 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch for places like Sherrod, Dillon as well. Then a quarter of an inch to a half an inch for like Rock Hill, Myrtle Beach, even Charleston, Newberry, Lawrence, Greenville, and Spartanburg, including Anderson and Greenwood. Half an inch to an inch in Columbia, as well as Walterboro, Moncks Corner, and Georgetown. Also, maybe even an inch to an inch and a half for places like Aiken, Orangeburg, and Kingstree as well. So that's, we still have a lot of precipitation that could potentially happen as we go into tonight, going into tomorrow. Now, it's going to be a dry night tonight, on the most part. It's going to be mainly dry from now going to around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning by tonight. So for about like the next 5 hours, it's going to be dry. But that's going to obviously change, and most of that rainfall is going to fall early tomorrow morning. But we'll talk about that as we get into the models. But first, before we talk about that, let's look at severe weather. Starting off, we do have a marginal risk of severe weather still in effect over there for the South Carolina-Georgia border near Aiken. I'm going up there into McCormick County as well. And that's for just, some winds, probably around 40 to 60 miles per hour. And then thunderstorms for everyone else inside the light green, nothing severe. Going into tomorrow, we just talked about that we were going to talk about severe weather, and obviously we have some. We have a chance for some severe weather tomorrow for Columbia, down through Florence, the entire low country of South Carolina, Aiken, Myrtle Beach. Just everyone inside of the dark green areas has a chance for some, most likely, damaging winds. Damaging winds probably the only threat. I'm not really looking for anything in terms of hail or tornadoes. 40 to 60 mile per hour winds with any storm is possible if a storm does get going in these regions. And then as you get into Monday for Memorial Day, a marginal risk of severe weather down there near places like Allendale County, Jasper County, going down into towards Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, all these places as well. And so that's it in terms of our severe weather risk. Let's go on and talk about excessive rainfall. So starting off here, you can see that as we start off with day one, you're not really seeing much. Not really seeing much here at all. And as you get into tomorrow, though, look at this. Marginal risk of excessive rainfall for Columbia, Greenwood, Anderson, going down entire low country of South Carolina as well. Minor flooding could potentially be an issue as you go into tomorrow, as some isolated flash flooding is also inside the question. Only 5%, but, the chance is still there. It's very low, but it's still there. Same thing for Tuesday as well, but this covers a lot more of the state, going all the way up into the Grand Strand and the PD region, the upstate, and the Midlands. So the entire upstate, the entire Midlands region, the entire PD and Grand Strand region, except for the coastal low country of South Carolina, from like Hilton Head Island to Charleston to Ridgeland to Beaufort to Folly Beach, James Island, Key Island, and places like that. Those are the regions that right now aren't being monitored for some sort of minor flooding, but obviously it can change. It's still 4 days out, and so we're just going to have to wait and continue to see what happens. So that's it in terms of excessive rainfall. Let's go on now and talk about our model. So we're going to talk about the short term first, then we're going to go on and talk about the long term. So here we go right here, starting off at 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. As you go on and push this forward, rainfall obviously starts to get a lot more widespread, and it starts to turn into downpours up there inside the upstate of South Carolina. Even going into around 5 to 6 a.m., showers and downpours go on through the Midlands, upstate, PD region, low country, all these regions as well. Even as we go into around 8 to 9 a.m. as well, showers and downpours continue into the southern Midlands, the low country, and the PD region as well. And then as you continue into around 11 a.m. to around 12 o'clock p.m., this goes into tomorrow afternoon, during the noon hours, obviously. Showers, downpours still all are going on as we go into that time frame. And then it just continues to roll on through the evening hours. And finally, it takes a little bit of a break by the time we get to around 5 to 6 p.m. And it just turns to isolated shower activity. And then when we start our live forecast at 9 p.m. tomorrow night, obviously that rainfall activity is going to just get a lot more scattered and isolated. And then as you move through the nighttime hours, overall, it gets a lot drier until you get to around 8 to 9 a.m. on Memorial Day, where that rainfall will continue, and it will start to get, you can kind of see where some of these severe thunderstorm risk is coming from, even as you get to around 3 to 4 p.m., you just see all of this heavy rain going towards the low country of South Carolina. Would not be surprised if they made a little marginal risk of excessive rainfall as well. Just look at all this rainfall as it goes to the low country of South Carolina on May the 26th, Memorial Day as well. And so, if you have any plans for Memorial Day, just know it could potentially rain. So if you're doing anything outside, definitely make sure that you're watching for the weather and see what's the best time. And obviously, the best way, is subscribing to the channel, because you will know what's going on. And obviously, we have the live audience and you can ask questions as well for your exact location and to see what your forecast is for that exact location. So if you want to, and it is obviously after I'm done live stream, make sure that you tune in tomorrow night as well, for Sunday evening as well, and then also Monday, obviously Memorial Day morning as well. But overall, showers and downpour activity still just continue as you go through the next 48 hours. Now let's talk about the long-term future. So this is like the next 300 to 400 hours or so. So let's go in and look at that right now. As you go in and push this forward, obviously you can see this rainfall going on all the way through May the 28th, May the 29th, May the 30th, May the 31st, and then we get a little bit of a break. This was different. This was not like this yesterday. June the 1st and the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, this is dry period right here. This was not here just yesterday. Yesterday, this is showing a very active period, and that's why I was saying the more further out you get, the more you just kind of just have to take these models with a grain of salt, because they're going to change. And this obviously shifted. It showed a very active period from June the 1st through June the 6th. And now look at it now, nice and dry. I even named the title of yesterday's forecast update saying it's gonna look active as you go into June. And for right now, it's looking like that. That statement might not be coming too true right now. But around June the 6th and the 7th, some more rainfall pushes through, and, everything else is way too far out to talk about. So that's pretty much it in terms of our long-term future. Again, just rainfall until we get to around June, where things could actually dry off a little bit as well. So now let's go on and look for the audience tonight. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We'll talk about the crazy score for South Carolina as we go into after the audience. But first, I want to talk with the audience first. So here we go right here. Let's go on down here, and let's go on and look at this. Terrell says, hi, Joseph, how was dinner? Dinner was great. Nice day today. It was a nice day today. It was a very nice day today. It was, kind of warm, but overall, not too bad. That says, good evening, Joseph. I hope all is well. How was dinner? And like I said, it's pretty good today. Nothing, really much happened. Just ate, got some dessert, and then we got up out of there pretty much. And then Mr. Gentry says, the Florida weather guy, have a great evening. Hopefully you have a great evening as well. And that's it. I do not see anything else, at least on my screen. Well, you can see my screen. There's nothing else here. So, let's go on now and talk about the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it is a score to see how crazy the weather is inside of South Carolina. And it just goes for tonight. Nothing past tonight. So you see we're at a 45, and I can kind of agree with that. Rain and a few rumbles of thunder are possible late, especially in the Midlands and Tri-County region. No severe weather is really expected, but could one happen? Absolutely. And there definitely will be some wet roads, definitely tomorrow. No, I'm not going live, even though, some things might need to be monitored. I don't really think I'm going to be going live tonight at all. And so that's pretty much it in terms of that. We'll talk more about that obviously tomorrow morning. But let's go on now and talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia. And then after that, we will be out of here for tonight. Let's go on and show that real quick. Start off with San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight, 78. High temperatures tomorrow at 97. And low temperatures tomorrow night, 78 as well. No precipitation tonight, and tomorrow, no precipitation during the day. During the nighttime tomorrow, though, slight chance of thunderstorms as you go into tomorrow night. So that's going to be something that you're going to have to watch for. But that's a great thing. I hope you get that thunderstorm with those heavy downpours because you're in that D4 drought. You're in the worst of worst in terms of drought. So you definitely need those heavy downpours. Not wishing, flooding, excessive rainfall, flooding, or anything like that, but a good downpour, you definitely need it. As you go into Monday, though, Memorial Day, you do have a chance for some severe weather. You're in the low risk right now, the level 1 out of 5 marginal risk, but it is something that you're going to have to monitor for on Monday. In terms of excessive rainfall as well, you are also in a chance for some excessive rainfall also on Tuesday. Tuesday, some minor flooding is also inside the question. Level 1 out of 4 as well, so make sure that you're watching for that as well. And then Raleigh being the next area, low temperatures tonight 55, high temperatures tomorrow 76, low temperatures tomorrow night 60. No precipitation tonight, and then tomorrow, chance of showers tomorrow during the day, showers likely tomorrow night. And then in terms of severe weather, for Raleigh, no severe weather is expected. And in terms of excessive rainfall, nothing that I'm seeing here. Maybe on Wednesday, some minor flooding could potentially be inside the question. And then Philadelphia being the last region, low temperatures tonight 50, high temperatures tomorrow at 71, low temperatures tomorrow night at 53. No severe weather is also expected here. In terms of excessive rainfall, no excessive rainfall is expected. And so that's it in terms of those 3 locations. Let's go on and talk about what's going on throughout the entire United States. A multi-day thunderstorm and heavy rain event will impact the south central U.S. this Memorial Day weekend. Severe thunderstorms may produce large hail, severe gusts, and possibly a tornado or two across portions of the central and southern plains through Monday. The threat for heavy to excessive rainfall and possible flash flooding will return to the south central U.S., especially inside the Ozarks. So I'm pretty sure that is the exact same message that they put out yesterday, but so pretty much nothing has changed. Areas of severe thunderstorms and excessive rainfall will continue through this weekend as well. And also some dense fog will be occurring in places like up here inside of Colorado and Kansas as well. And I believe that is about it. So hopefully everyone enjoyed the forecast tonight. If you did, make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button as well. We just got another new subscriber, so we are at 471 now. We need 29 more people. We need 29 more people to go on and hit the like button or to hit the subscribe button. And also make sure that you go and hit the like button as well since we're on it. We've had 16 people tune in. I have no idea why we only have 3 likes, but I can't force anybody to hit the like button, but I can only say just hit it. It's very simple. It takes literally a second, if that. All you got to do is click the button, and it should light up. I know sometimes it doesn't, but overall, it's a pretty simple thing to do. That says make sure to ask your mom to show you the peppers from my garden. I will. She probably is watching right now, so I'm guessing she's probably going to show them to me as soon as I'm done. But if she's not watching, then I will ask her for them. And so that's about it. So I will be back tomorrow morning with your Sunday morning forecast update. Make sure that you're here tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about the last week of May. The last week of May of 2025. I cannot believe it's already in the end of May already. We're going to June next month, obviously. Like I said, not tomorrow Sunday, but the week after next week Sunday. It's probably going to be one of the biggest forecasts we ever had. So we need a lot of people to come by that night. So make sure that you set, calendars or anything like that for that day. But I will be back again tomorrow morning with your Sunday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your late Saturday evening.